where we are watching this all-important game at Universitario Stadium. Capacity of just over 45,000, and this is packed with eager Mexicans anticipating Mexico's first ever entry into the semi-finals of this World Cup competition, looking for their 7th win in World Cup today. They've been in 9 World Cups, and there we see this lineup of whom so much is expected by this nation.
And in the Mexican lineup, they're basically going with the same team that have gotten them through all of their victories up to now, with just the one notice at the time that Sanchez did not play. But Coach Milicevic is going with the same team and hoping to create Mexican history today.
And the referee and the linesman, what an immense task they have ahead of them today. The referee, Jesus Diaz Palacio of Colombia, only 31 years of age, the only Colombian participant in this World Cup, tasked with this immense job of refereeing this high-tension game, where so much is expected of this side. We keep saying that when we do the Mexican game, but it's absolutely true. This crowd just beside themselves with tension, emotion, and expectation.
And in the German lineup, there's one change. Rudi Völler is not playing, and in comes defender Andreas Graham. And we sort of wonder why that's happened, but I think Mr. Beckenbauer has brought in an extra defender, maybe to leave Briegel, Heinz-Peter Briegel, to go forward.
So lots of expectation. The wall already starting. Relatively cool day for Monterrey. No altitude problems in Monterrey. Heat problems. It's only 30 degrees Celsius in Monterrey. 60% humidity. So for Monterrey, where the West Germans last played and it was 38 degrees, a relatively cool day for them. And Germany in their white shirts and black shorts, a very typical outfit for Germany, and Mexico, of course, in their green shirts. But what an important game for Mexico.
And the last time these two teams met in World Cup play was in Argentina in '78, and West Germany won that game 6-0.
Heinz-Peter Briegel, number 2 for West Germany. He's known as the Waltz from Faust, which means a steamroller. And it's a very apt description of this huge man, very, very strong indeed, loves to go down the left side. He will be a distinct threat for Germany. And today, starting for Germany, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. First round and second round, he dealt with them reasonably competently. 1 or 2 shaky moments, but generally handled them well. High ball towards the area by Mexico. Briegel nods it back to Tony Schumacher. So West Germany coming away down the left side. A foul on West Germany.
You can see the referee really having to blow his whistle because it's very difficult for the players to hear. But one thing that Mexico shouldn't start to do is play on too much emotion. That tackle was a little bit late, and it was a bad tackle, and they'll have to be careful of it.
And down receiving treatment, Karl-Heinz Forster, very experienced West German defender, plays for VfB Stuttgart. 8 years in the international side, played in this World Cup in 1982, and is a very, very good tight marker. He may be given the task today of marking the great Sanchez, number 9 for Mexico.
And we've really not seen Sanchez as we know him as a tremendous goal scorer. He scored the 1 goal that we did see, but we know that he's got a lot of more goals in him, and if anyone's ever going to carry Mexico through today, it could be Hugo Sanchez.
Larios may get a touch of this, but instead it's brought out to the right side to Raul Servin. Rummenigge coming across the cover. Pushed forward nicely. Hugo Sanchez. And that ball going astray. And Heinz-Peter Briegel, the massive Briegel, playing with 2 Mexicans. But it's a kick. So it's another kick to West Germany. Diaz Palacio and Heinz-Peter Briegel. It would be a great tragedy if he was to go off injured. It looks like the inside of the left knee. He's already missed 1 game in this World Cup through injury, and it would be a major loss to West Germany if their very powerful left back who loves to roam so much up this left side were to be lost to the German team so early in this game. Receives his treatment, and West Germany will wait to take this kick. Riegel is back. Seems to be fully mobile. So Andreas Bremer takes his kick for Germany. Can't make his mind up what to do with it. Mexicans marking tight. Berthold nods it in. Magath can't get to that ball in time. That's a dangerous high foot. Referee says play on. Advantage to Mexico. That could have been dangerous on Negrete. But Mexico is who come away with it. Hugo Sanchez tries to thread that ball into the box, but intercepted by Germany and then into touch.
The referee did well there, Jeff, to let the play go on. And it's
playing this Mexican team to score this goal, and he must remain calm, cool and collected and make his decisions instantaneously and firmly. So this a dangerous kick to the Mexicans. The German four-man wall. And he says, yes, gentlemen, I want you back 10 yards, and I'm satisfied that you are back 10 yards. Now don't encroach. Here it comes. Fortunately straight at Schumacher, but a well-hit ball. The crowd roared, deep-throated, in expectation of that one to get their heroes on the scoreboard, but Germany survive it. Magath tries to come away down the left side, but there are four Mexicans in attention, and the giant Briegel now in possession. Brings it out to Bremer. Now Germany trying to settle on this a little bit, try to get into some sort of a rhythm. Berthold puts it back. Karl-Heinz Forster. Back to Berthold. With the right wrist in a cast. Felix Magath. Shifts it to Mateus. Safely back to Pablo Larios. Amador, a probing ball at the left side. Aguirre. Rummenigge in attention, but not able to do anything. And the next chance for Mexico to capitalize on emotion and an early surprise.
I think very much so. If Mexico is going to do well, they needed to do well in the first 20 or 30 minutes, and I'm sure the way West Germany is playing right now, pulling men back, they want to survive that first 20 or 30 minutes and try and control the rhythm of the game. And right now they're doing a good job with it, and it's very difficult for Mexico to get through.
Comes across to Bremer. Looks for help on the left side, but bad mistake and a chance for a Mexican breakaway. Thomas points protects. It's a beautiful ball to Sanchez. He's not offside. Oh, tries to slip it across instead of trying to beat the goalkeeper himself, and the chance lost. But the whistle has gone.
I think he's blown for offside there as Hugo Sanchez tried to put the ball back to Thomas Boy. I think Thomas Boy was ahead of him, and I think there was an offside call, but why Sanchez didn't try to shoot on his own, it looked like he got the ball tangled in his feet, but they're not going to get many of those chances as a German player makes a mistake. Here he's in, and he tries to do it, and Thomas Boy just caught offside there. But a great chance for Mexico and Sanchez.
So the wall is set. 6 in the wall. And that one wasn't too far away and had Larios stretching in the goal. In no hurry to press them. Chance for a long ball, but Norbert Eder back to Tony Schumacher, who receives a quiet visit from Hugo Sanchez. And there we see the Mexican bench. And the Mexican coach, Bora Milutinovic, not particularly happy. And I shouldn't think that Franz Beckenbauer is very happy either.
No, I would not think so, but in the same token, I think if we look at both teams over this first half, West Germany looks a little bit stronger and more confident, and we'd have to give them the edge in that. And when they do try that quick ball out of there, they do look very dangerous, whereas Mexico's looked a little bit ponderous up to this point.
So close to 47,000 spectators are here. Probably 46,950 of them are Mexicans. Came with high expectations, and they really haven't had a lot to cheer about in this first half. Now Rummenigge out wide, nods it in. There's a chance for Alof. A magnificent drive by Alof. That could have been a critical goal for West Germany, but the day's safe for Mexico. But Germany threaten again, and Carlos Larios punches it out. And Mateus missed his pick. But Germany tried to catch him out of his goal and almost do.
That is twice. Sorry, Jeff, that Larios has made two tremendous saves. One of them a quick reaction save off of Alof, and then another quick save. Good pressure by Germany.
And the Kaiser, Franz Beckenbauer, looking concerned here as one of his men lays injured in the 6-yard area. It's Klaus Allofs, I think, with Karl-Heinz Rummenigge paying him close attention. Second attempt to score by Allofs, I think, was what resulted in that injury. But Germany came so close then.
Karl-Heinz heads the ball back well, and here comes Allofs. Good strike, straight at Larios, but a good reaction save, and they were still under pressure from there on. As they came back at it again, he crosses it in. I think we will see now as Allofs comes in. I think he just got a smack there from Larios, but a well played by Larios and a brave move by the German forward.
I think no question at all. Larios was doing his job. He was going for the ball, as was Allofs, trying to get a second chance to put Germany ahead. And there we've had the most thrilling 10 seconds of the entire first half, without question. West Germany almost going ahead on a superb first effort, and then a brave second effort by number 19, Klaus Allofs, who's also collected a yellow card in this half, so he's really getting himself into the game.
But in the same token, I think we can see now where West Germany does seem to have that little extra bit they can pull out, and I have to give them the advantage in this first half. But it would be nice to see maybe Pierre Ledvarsky come on for the second half to cause a little bit more excitement.
Hugo Sanchez strapping for that ball, and Mexico in possession. The Spanish. And Riegel tried to keep it in, but almost kept the Mexican in with him. So it's a Mexican throw. And all will be forgiven by this crowd, of course, if Mexico can score a goal. Particularly if they can score one and Germany can't score one. But there we are. The end of a somewhat disappointing first half. The score, Mexico 0, West Germany 0. And welcome back to Monterrey Universitario Stadium, where a capacity crowd of 47,000 are hoping for a second half, second game. Second game in the sense that it will be much more end-to-end and exciting than the first half, and that, of course, the end result will be a win for Mexico and an entry into the semi-final to play against France. But as we saw in the first half, and as Tony Waiters showed on his half-time telestrator, West Germany beginning to come into their own. I was very interested, Sam, in his comment about the punch by Harald Schumacher, because Schumacher had been sent off. They would have had to bring on Immel as a substitute, probably. But, of course, they'd still have been playing with 10 men, so it would have put them in a very, very difficult position if that had happened. However, it didn't. So we start the second half under the guidance of Gizu Daya Palacio of Colombia, and we will hope that we see some more enterprising play in the second half than we did in the first, where we had a very evenly balanced, tight, strategical battle with Germany just emerging on top on point.
I think we'll see Germany start to come forward a little bit more now, and as we get into this half, the interesting game will be the substitutes and to see who's going to substitute what. And of course, Mexico has already used one of theirs, so they only have one left, and Germany has two.
And the Mexican substitute was the result of an injury to their captain, Thomas Boyd, who will be missed by this side. Without question, he injured an ankle and had to go off about halfway through this first round. And we noticed that at half-time, the somewhat aging striker from Bayern Munich, 33-year-old Dieter Herners, has been spending a lot of time warming up. Now, he's very, very good in the air. He's not as fast as he used to be, but he would cause some problems to Larios with high balls being crossed by the Germans into the 6-yard area without question.
It caused Larios some problems and the Mexican defense some problems because they're not used to dealing with a lot of high balls and, of course, very good in the air, so it'd be a good move for the Germans.
Chance of a German threat, Bremer down the left. Larios not handling that ball cleanly first time, but getting a second opportunity and rolling it clear. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge up for that ball too, and perhaps the plan is for him to go off and for his replacement to be the equally threatening Dieter Herners, particularly to high balls in the penalty area. But so far, no change. Germany still with their two substitutes, and as Sam said, Mexico only with one because of their early substitution as a result of Thomas Boyd's injury. Germany climbing all over Sanchez then. Chance for Sanchez to go round. Again, the dramatic effort to gain a kick of the second half gone. That falls into touch for a Mexican throw. Quickly taken. Negrete was well bundled there by Lothar Matthäus. And that will be a kick to Mexico. Matthäus apologizes. Number 22, Eldia Negrete, will take this kick. Got a great left foot, and Tony Schumacher knows this. 6 Mexicans in the penalty area. And that's a Mexican head to it, trying to head on. Germany weather the threat. But the crowd there almost had a chance to get excited.
Well, the Mexican got a free header out of that one, which I'm really surprised at the German defense. And, of course, it's Karate who scored a goal off a free kick and a header once in the opening game for Mexico.
What? Little chip by Negrete. Found the gap all right, but rather lamely finished. Almost fooled the West German defense there. They should have had a goal there, but a very lame finish from a promising start.
It was a well-taken free kick. Everyone waiting for the shot, and he flips it over to the side to Negrete.
Who comes off, and the 33-year-old Dieter Hoeneß of Bayern Munich is coming on for his first start in World Cup '86. So they're obviously intending to put the Mexicans under pressure, particularly in the 6-yard area. Negrete apologizes to Ada. Nice touch. The referee just goes back to check that all is well, and Tony Schumacher pushes it out to Beto.
Nice piece of play by Mexico. A quick 1-2 in the ball through. They need to do more of it.
Nice touch to Beto too. Beto trying to go through between 2 of them, but a third man intercepts. Have a little bit of all-in wrestling going on. Now a chance for De Los Cobos and Sanchez. Sanchez fouls. Evaded one tackle, but not quick enough to evade the second one. Replacing him, but not really having had much of the ball so far, and certainly not getting any service. So Mexico it is to bring it away. The crowd trying to encourage the players with their chants and their songs and their shouting, but the players not yet able to respond. Amador. Almost gave the ball away. Still Mexican possession. De Los Cobos. Karl-Heinz Forster. To a Mexican. Negrete trying to do something with it. Now a chance for Berthold. But he's very badly obstructed there. And it's a beautiful action. Oh, incredible. A red card. Incredible decision.
He gave him that decision. He was hauled and hauled down, and as he was held back by the Mexican player, he threw his arm at him, and I think that the referee thought that he was taking a punch at him.
That is a very difficult decision to understand.
He was reacting. It's unfortunate. Berthold was reacting to being held back here. As you can see him, he's going through. The Mexican is holding him, and then as he goes down, he takes a quick swing at him. And that retaliation is what got him sent off.
It was more or less an open-handed swing and a tap on the back of the head, like behave and be a good boy, but the referee took issue with it. And so Berthold is off. He was shown the red card, and now Germany are in trouble as Franz Beckenbauer, their coach, shows his disapproval. And Germany will play Mexico with 10 men for the next 25 minutes.
And I think if I was Beckenbauer, I'd be very upset too, because, okay, there was a foul initially by Mexico. He retaliated, but I don't think it deserved a red card. He could have pulled a yellow card, but he went for that red card very quickly.
And the crowd begin to roar for the second Mexican substitution, and we can guess who it will be. Almost certainly to be number 5, Abuelo, known as the grandfather because his 20-year-old features are somewhat wrinkled. Negrete and Schumacher pleased to tip that one over. So, a goal apparently, but disallowed by the referee, Mr. Palacio from Colombia. And so the excitement beginning to mount here.
Lots of hectic movement in the German penalty box, but it all had their hands up by the time the ball went in the net. There was a foul in there. I'm not sure whether it was offside or a handball as Mexico's player brought the ball down.
Looks like handball to me, Sam. And now this crowd really getting into this game, and the enormous roar accompanied the bringing on of number 5, Francisco Jimenez, known as Abuelo, the grandfather, because his 20-year-old features are somewhat wrinkled, premature aging, but the most important thing of all to this crowd, of course, is that Abuelo plays for Monterrey, so he is the local hero. And Bora Milicinovic has succumbed to the pressure, public and political pressure, doubtless, to bring on Abuelo. But Germany fighting back, and a foul there.
And what's more interesting about the substitute, of course, is Cruz is a forward midfielder, and they've taken off a defender. So with Germany playing with 10 men, I think they're going to play with one less at the back and try and push another one forward. He was on his way. He was getting away from. Good throw by Schumacher to start the counterattack very quickly, and he was on his way and brought down, and very intentionally brought down.
Oh, yes. No attempt whatsoever to play that ball. The ball a good 2 meters away. Alop at speed, chasing it. And this crowd now with some 15 minutes remaining in this second half, and still having to await the opportunity to celebrate Mexico's first entry into the semi-finals of the World Cup. West Germany with 10 men. Beginning to move forward. And that's a nice ball. Dieter Herner fighting back to gain possession, scrambling in the Mexican area. And finally, a hefty clearance away, and a bad mistake by Forster, who tries to rugby tackle his opponent, and eventually does get back and dispossesses him cleanly. Very fortunate for Forster that his hands were unable to reach the top of those shorts. Hans-Peter Briegel, the steamroller, coming down the left side. Servine dispossesses. The Spaniard goes back to help. So space is beginning to appear as fatigue sets in, and as the fact of West Germany's 10 men also becomes more noticeable. But space is for both sides, in fairness. That's a good ball, but unable to get onto that
He did before.
I think his popularity may decrease considerably if he were to miss a second penalty. Let's have a look at it.
Here we see Sanchez come through, and the defender Karl-Heinz Forster, who barely just touched him, and away he went. He took a dive.
I think your comment of earlier on, Sam, would be well worth repeating for Sanchez. Stay on your feet and keep in the action, and you'll do much more good to your team. But Mexico again on the attack. Negrete has a run by Negrete. Pulls it back and tips it over. But very fortunately for Schumacher, that Sanchez header straight into his arms. And the World Cup 86 on CBC Sports will continue in a moment. Turns and plays the ball back to Bremer. And the crowd are chanting, Mexico, Mexico. Felix Magath, watched by Servine. Magath still in possession. And Peter Briegel comes into the penalty area, pushes that ball through. Mexico bring it away. Negrete. Matthias, who's done an awful lot of running, and are we going to see another one come out? Brought both out, but fortunately for Matthias, elected the yellow one. So that's a yellow card to Matthias. I've lost count of how many cards have been in this game. Something around 5 seems to be the appropriate figure. That includes one red one. Here comes the Mexican cross. Oh, and a brilliant save by Schumacher. Aguirre could have put Mexico into the semi-finals with that shot, but Tony Schumacher with a tremendous reflective save.
What a tremendous save. There was Aguirre all alone on the full volley. Quick reaction from Schumacher, and he's kept Germany in the game.
So courageous defense by this 10-man West German team. And we're moving towards the last 5 minutes. We're inside the last 5 minutes. And more it looks as if we'll have to play an extra 15 minutes each way. That bounce may have fooled Larios. He got his body well behind it. Now a chance again for Abuelo on this left side, and the crowd roar his support. But a beautiful tackle and conceding a corner by West Germany.
Tremendous defense there by Mateus. He ran darn near the full length of the field to chase Cruz all the way back, and a good sliding tackle.
But one has got to wonder if this game goes into extra time, and the Germans have already run for 90 minutes, and a lot of that with 10 men. Whether they can sustain 15 minutes each way. Here comes the Mexican corner. Schumacher catching it beautifully. Score the winning goal with literally seconds to left. But I don't think we're going to see that. Dieter Herne fighting in vain for possession of that goal. Mexico, Negrete. Herne's tackling back. Aguirre, Negrete. Crowd anticipate, but Munoz is dispossessed. Hernes in support. Alof. Riegel on the left. Chance here for West Germany. Can't quite get that crossover. And the Mexican defense shepherded back safely to Larios.
But it is really good to see Germany. Here they are with 10 men still coming forward and looking dangerous as well.
And Lothar Matthäus, number 8, Felix Magath, number 10, have done an immense amount of running for Germany in this game. Norbert Eder. Matthäus, back to Eder. And it looks very much as if both sides are accepting the fact of half an hour's more play. The crowd whistling. Raymer puts it out to the left side. Hans-Peter Briegel. There it is. End of 90 minutes. West Germany 0. Mexico 0. Mental alertness as to whether those 10 men from West Germany can handle the 11 from Mexico. And if the 11 from Mexico triumph and go through to the semi-final for the first time ever in their history, this whole nation will be excited tonight and will celebrate, and we are not going to get any sleep, Sam.
No, we're not going to get any sleep, but if they've ever had a chance to go through, they have it. They have all the advantages they need. Now they just have to be a good enough team to take those advantages.
So the overtime is underway, and it's Mexico in possession. West Germany, too, must remain calm. They must not play about in their penalty area, and they must not wait effort. Dieter Herne, Alof in the middle. Early chance for Germany. Alof can't get control of the ball, and wisely does not elect to chase it, but instead conserves his energy by getting back and helping the German defense to mass in their own half in numbers.
Dieter Hoeneß has had trouble getting himself on track. We've noticed a few times him missing some passes. This being only his first start, he must be a little bit rusty for game situations.
We haven't seen yet whether West Germany have put on a substitute. Willow-Stobot. Sanchez moving up front. But that's a high leaping German header clear. Dieter Herne, nice touch back. Magath not able to run under that ball. Now 3 Germans caught in the middle. A chance down the left for Abuelo. Sanchez trying to get in the area, but hooked away by Dietmar Jakob. Mexico still in possession. Servín. Good chance to take men on now and try to run them out on the flanks. Beautiful back heel. Almost ricocheting off that clearance. Could have been very dangerous. Throw quickly taken. Abuelo, the grandfather, takes his man on, beats him beautifully, coming into the area. And panic for a moment there by the German defense, but able to clear. But the Mexicans still in possession. Cruz again, no offside, but he hits it straight to German legs. Magath on hand. Oh, surely we'll get the other yellow card. Bound to be. He was nowhere near the ball. And he gets the red card, and so they're down to 10 men each. That was no question about that. That was an intentional foul, nowhere near the ball. Made no attempt at all to go for it, and so Aguirre will get his marching orders, and the teams are now down to 10 men.
It was a good call by the referee, and I mean a silly move by Aguirre, because Mateus had gone by him, he would have been better left to go by. Instead, he tries to do a bit of a American football block on him, and now he pays for it.
A blatant body check, well deserving of the result, and particularly stupid on the part of Aguirre. Larios can't hold that ball, but gets it in a second attempt. Heart in mouth for 47,000 Mexican spectators there as Larios failed to hold that cross. But no West German on hand to take the knockdown.
Larios.
And West Germany doubtless stimulated considerably by that rather silly sending off by Aguirre, as we see Tony Schumacher assisting the fallen opposition, helping Sanchez to overcome his cramp. Almost inevitable that players are going to cramp up, having lost so much fluid in this heat and playing beyond the 90-minute mark. And Schumacher shows his background in sports medicine, we hope, by relieving Hugo Sanchez of his cramp. And now the official relief comes on.
Germany starting to play much better now that it's even 10 men each. They're coming forward. That last bit was very good for them. They've got another corner. They need to try and swing this ball into the big Dieter Hoeneß, and hopefully he can get his head on it.
And the sole representative from Colombia, the 31-year-old referee, Mr. Palacio, calls for the stretcher bearers to get Sanchez off the field, and this may improve his cramp enormously. So, he decides to have the seat, and they'll get him off to the side where they can give him the sort of attention that's necessary to ease the cramp in his leg.
And we were a little bit worried about the German fitness level, but we have not seen them go down with cramps yet. Here we see a Mexican going down with cramps.
So the referee shows his fitness. Corner. Hans-Peter Briegel in the 6-yard area. Larios hoping he can hold this one cleanly this time. Here he comes. Flick on by Briegel. Oh, and that was very close.
Very, very close, and I'm not sure that didn't come off a Mexican player trying to clear the ball almost into his own net.
It did, and that's why Alofs is going down to take a corner from the left. So Germany certainly pressing. There's the end of the first 15 minutes. The referee wants the Adidas Azteca ball back, and they have 1 minute only to recover, and it looks as if West Germany were looking for a substitute there. Trainers trying to come out with water, sponges, and any other aids that are deemed valuable. They only have 1 minute, and the referee says, no, we don't want this.
They still have to keep their mental awareness about them, not to make any mistakes.
Hans-Peter Briegel to Bremer. Cross to the right side. So Germany increasing in confidence and increasing their domination of this game, now that they're on even terms. Bremer tries a long one. Larios is alert to it, gets the body well behind.
And they're getting these very effective corner kicks as well. Testing Larios.
Andreas Bremer. Good catch by Larios. Bravely up with Hans-Peter Briegel in attendance. And the training that Milutinovic has given Larios is clearly playing off. And behind the goal area, we have Hugo Sanchez still receiving treatment for that cramped leg muscle. Germany in possession again. Hoeneß moving forward, gets it. Does he have the pace? Not quite. A yard faster would have been very valuable there. Mexico coming away. Munoz. Slow Mexican build-up, but they're 9 men to Germany's 10. Sanchez still not recovered. Mexico in no position to do anything about it other than hope he will recover. Jakobs tries the left side. Hans-Peter Briegel waiting patiently. Alofs making a run. That's a beautiful swept catch by Larios.
And one of the few times that we saw them looking for Dieter Hoeneß at that far post.
Touch for a West German throw. Taken quickly. Bremer, who's done a lot of work for West Germany in this game. He's got support on the right. Klaus Alofs. That's a good ball to Bremer again. He tries a long one, but without much power or direction.
Right now, it does look, though, that West Germany seem to be a little bit stronger. They still seem to be coming.
As the referee talks to number 6. And number 7, Pierre Litbarski will come on, and Norbert Eder will come off. Is it in time? 5 minutes seems to me to be an awfully short period of time to bring on a substitute. But Beckenbauer has made his decision, and it's now Littbarski's chance to turn this game around for West Germany and save them going into penalties. It's now up to the West Germans to give Littbarski some ball on the edge of the area where his fresh legs and dribbling ability can put the Mexican defense to the test. Littbarski in possession. Losing it. And arguing over the Germany perhaps slightly ahead on point. And that's offside to Mexico and a kick to West Germany. 2.5 minutes we make it. Throw to West Germany, not a kick. Quickly taken. An opportunity for Maga. Alof's in the middle. Mateus and Maga have done an immense amount of work. Klaus Alof. Chance to give the ball to the fresh Littbarski, but Maga it is. Riegel coming into the area, gets his crop in. Dieter Herners at last gets ahead to it, but wide of the upright.
It finally came to Dieter Herners though, but a good move again. And Magas, who seems to get himself in a great wide position, flips it outside. Here's Riegel overlapping, and Dieter Herners just couldn't get behind it. Just a little timing off.
So a chance to get it on Dieter Herners' head, a chance that went astray. We're literally down to the last seconds of this second period of overtime. There's a long chance for a Mexican breakaway, but it's Germany who has possession. Littbarski pushes it down. It's surely the last opportunity for Mateus. The referee blows. Is that for the kick or no? It's the arm pointed to the center. That is the second period of extra time over. The score, Mexico 0, West Germany 0, and so we're down to the second occasion as a huge river. But here it is. Penalty number 1, Alof, West Germany versus Larios of Mexico. And the crowd are roaring, and if he misses this, they'll roar even more. But he doesn't miss it. Straight as a bullet, Larios goes the wrong way. West Germany won.
A well-taken penalty by Alof. He waited. He knew exactly what he was going to do. He's left-footed, just opened up his foot, and right in the corner. Sent Larios the wrong way. But the goalie has to make a decision. Which way am I going to go? And he just happened to choose wrong. But a good penalty shot by Alof.
Beautifully placed. No chance, and he pulls that jersey away from that throbbing heart and
kick underneath it, and it'll go up over the bar.
And it is Eldir Negrete who scored that beautiful volleyed goal. Can he now score from the penalty spot? Tony Schumacher waits. The referee indicates all is ready. Nonchalantly struck even, and the crowd roared their approval. Schumacher committed himself to the right.
And he did exactly what Alof did, but just went the opposite way. Schumacher guessed wrong. Well taken, calm, cool penalty. Good penalty shot.
Score 1-1. And that's a good example to his Mexican teammates, as was Alof a good example to the West Germans.
So far we've seen both penalties taken very coolly in place. This morning we saw some just hit very hard. So what will Bremen do?
Fullback Bremer, who played such a magnificent game for the full 90 minutes and the 15 minutes each way. And in it goes. Bremer. West Germany 2, Mexico 1.
And again another good penalty shot. The goalkeeper going the wrong way, but hit it very well. I think he was just making up his mind, I want to make good contact with this ball and hit it well. And if Negrete had stayed in the middle, for Larios, sorry, he may have gotten that one.
So Schumacher. The fourth shot. Ball is placed on the spot. Number 3, Kirate. He who had the German Berthold sent off. Mexican centre back, can he make it 2-2? Schumacher saves from Kirate. He got his foot to it. So the score 2-1.
What a good save by Schumacher. He left his feet behind him there, and that's what caught the ball because it went down the middle. In fact, it was not even down the middle. A poorly taken penalty, down the middle, left his legs there and caught it with his leg. But a good save. Any penalty that saves, as Tony said, is a good save by the goalie.
Those 47,000 Mexicans are now trying to inspire their remaining 3 penalty kickers to do the job and trying to distract sufficiently at least 1 and preferably 2 Germans not to do theirs. Lothar Matthäus, who played superbly and gave him his all throughout the entire game. Here he goes. And it's in. 3-1 West Germany. That was a very close call.
And Larios this time did guess the right way, but when you hit a penalty shot well, it was down low in the corner. Larios couldn't get to it. Well taken by Matthäus. Very unlucky for Larios. He went the right way.
3-1 West Germany. The crowd hushed a little, relatively hushed. If Mexico were to hit this one, I think we would see quite amazing scenes. Number 17, Raúl Servín. Fullback who played well. And Schumacher saves another time. He telegraphed that one. Servín telegraphed that one. So surely now, West Germany must go through.
Servín did not look confident going up to this ball, and he barely even made contact with it. Easy for Schumacher, guessed the right way, but not a well-taken one. He didn't look confident stepping up into that ball.
And Schumacher stood his ground and stayed on his line, and there we see a dejected Bora Milutinovic. 3-1 to West Germany. And Pierre Littbarski, who was brought on so late by Franz Beckenbauer as a substitute. This is a chance for him to prove that the substitute was a very wise one. If he scores this one, then there is absolutely no hope. The crowd trying to distract him. Larios still on his line. And Littbarski concentrates and begins his move. And that is struck very, very cleanly with great authority. And West Germany it is who will meet France in the semi-final.
And they can thank their coolness on penalties, but they can thank Schumacher, who saved 2 penalties. But what a lovely penalty by Littbarski. Stepped up and he just hits it very well into that corner.
And so the West Germans celebrate as well they might. 90 minutes and no score. 15 minutes each way and no score. And 4-1 on penalties. Great calmness under pressure. And they will meet France in the semi-final. And for those who think it will be easy meat for France, they must think again, because West Germany, having survived this, will come on strongly in what should be a fine semi-final.